Sweetwater City Commission meeting for this morning and ask Commissioner Lee to do the invocation and Commissioner Cashrow to lead us in the pledge.
Join me in prayer. Lord, we just thank you for this day, for the beauty of it and for the freshness of it. And we ask today that you look down upon us and give us direction, wisdom, encouragement as we deliberate on the items that are presented with us this morning, that you would give us keen insight to make decisions that would glorify you. Please bless our city and move us in the right direction so that we can glorify you. It's in your Son's name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, we'd like to welcome the future Sweetwater class, which is here today. Thank you for taking part in this great program. Do each of you want to stand up and introduce yourselves for us? No?
That wasn't a yes or no question.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being involved in this program. Okay, we'll now move to item 5, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approval of minutes for the meeting held on December 12th and December 19th, 2018.
I move they be approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we'll move to item 6A, which is discuss, consider, and act on approval of resolution approving submission of a grant application for the rifle-resistant body armor. Anyone questions for Matt Counts?
I move approval of the resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now read the resolution into the record. Now, therefore, it is resolved that the City of Sweetwater approves submission of a grant application for the rifle armor project to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Department. We'll now move to item 6B, which is discuss, consider, and act upon the approval of the quarterly investment report for the quarter ending December 31st, 2017. Any questions of Patty Torres?
Patty, is there anything unusual in the report?
We have some annual fees, TML insurance, things like that, and so that's what we had to pull that out. I'll be replacing it as we go, as our cash flow comes back. That might be about the only thing that.
What were the large items in internal service?
Those are those police cars.
Okay.
And so we had put that, I guess there was an addition in the previous quarterly investment report showing the loan funds going into the investment savings. So this is where it's coming out.
Okay, thank you.
Move adoption of the investment.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll now move to item 6C, which is discuss, consider, and act upon reappointments of Jim Lee and Dan McCoy and appointment of Crystal Thomas to fill the unexpired terms ending January 31st, 2019, and new appointments of Jess Stein, Ricky Castro, and Lloyd Harris, whose terms will expire January 31st, 2020, to the Sweetwater Cemetery Board. Any questions, Kirk?
Yeah, just curious, is this going to be a new thing that we're putting commissioners on these other boards?
Mr. Harris, if you want to come up here and address that, please.
Actually, Mr. Lee's been on there for a while. I'd have to go back and look at the reappointment. Of course, I don't have the cemetery, but I do the appointments. Whether it's something, it's just a matter of finding names and people that are willing to serve, that have an interest in the cemetery.
I move we appoint these people.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll now move to item 6D, which is discuss, consider, and act upon reappointment of Stacy Ball and the appointment of Robin Thompson to the Pioneer City County Museum, whose terms will expire January 31st, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll now move to item 6E, which is discuss, consider, and act upon approving rules for city flag design contest and appointing a selection committee to choose the finalists for the commission's consideration at a future meeting. Mr. Villa?
Mayor, Commissioners, appreciate that. What I wanted to do was go over proposed rules for our city flag design contest. And for those of y'all in the audience that aren't aware yet, we are in the process of putting together rules and a committee to vet a city flag design contest. We opened that up to the community to submit designs beginning on a proposed date of February 1st, ending March 9th. So you've got about 5 weeks or so to submit a flag design that would, when adopted, be the city's official municipal flag. We had talked about it at the staff level, just let's put that logo on a white background and go about our business. But we happened upon a video that said that's rule number 1 that you shouldn't do. Don't do that. But here's some other rules that you should consider when in the process of designing a municipal flag. And so we decided to take it and run with it. We feel it's a worthwhile endeavor and use of some city staff time and some resources. We hope to get some good things out of it, including get some folks familiar with city government and interested in city government through this type of a process. Get folks more involved and to see how things work here at the city, and use it as really a public relations effort to try to reach out to folks that maybe otherwise wouldn't be interested in city government. This might be an avenue for them to kind of pique their interest a little bit. The rules that we're proposing and for the commission's consideration are that the design should be in color, simple, clear, and clean. We want folks that YouTube video that I referred to just a minute ago, we want contestants to watch that YouTube video, and somewhere in that video are 5 rules that this person put together. We're not going to throw the rules out and be explicit about them. We want folks to go watch the video. If there are designs that come back, we'll be able to tell that person maybe didn't watch it and didn't take heed to it. We need the folks to fill out an application to include the significance behind the design. There's going to have to be some symbolism with the colors and what they choose to put on the final flag design that's submitted. We want to know what the significance of those things are. We imagine there's going to be a lot of red and white flag designs and other types of things. If there's stars on it, we want to know what the stars mean, important dates in our history, those kinds of things. The contest we're proposing to be open Thursday, February 1st, and closing on Friday, March 9th. That gives 36 calendar days to get that submitted to us. All entries do become the property of the city of Sweetwater at that time. The the folks that are submitting, these submissions, they forfeit ownership of that, becomes full property of the city of Sweetwater, and we can make our flags and put them on our website and make patches or whatever we feel we need to do kind of in that PR marketing effort. The selection committee, which we'll talk about here in a second, will review entries and forward finalists to the city commission. For final review, we're on about an April 2018 timeframe for that. That's what we're shooting for, and no later than May is really where we'd like to be. Reason for that is we do anticipate maybe some art students at the schools to submit and have some interest in submitting a design for consideration. And after our May meeting, because we only meet once a month, by the time June rolls around, the schools are out and kids are off to do their summer things. And the winner will be recognized at a future commission meeting and will be provided with the flag for their efforts. And I think we all think up here that it's worthwhile in many ways, but one way in particular, if you're chosen as the winning designer, you get to leave your mark literally on the history of this community and our organization, on the history of Sweetwater. You can look up in 20 years, or your kids or grandkids can look up in 50 years and say, my grandmother or grandfather designed that city flag way back in the day. And so we think that's a good thing for people to consider as reasons to submit a design for consideration. So I offer these rules and regulations for the commission's debate and consideration at this time. We also, once that's taken care of, I have a list of potential folks that have shown great interest in sitting on that selection committee. Now, what their job will be is to review the entries. We don't, since this is the first time we've done this, we don't know if there's going to be 10 entries or 100 entries. We'll just have to wait until March 9th to see what that number is going to be. But the purpose of the selection committee is going to be to sit down as a group and review all of the entries and whittle down those entries into a manageable number. I'm not sure that we want to give them a specific number, bring us back 5 and 5 only, or 6 or 10. In my opinion, we should kind of leave it up to the committee to whittle it away to a manageable number, whatever they feel that might be. I figure that's probably less than 10 or so, and maybe they'll figure the same. And then wherever they whittle it down to, those entries will be submitted as finalists to this body here for final selection of the winning design. And so that's kind of where we are here. We're looking for approval of the rules and regulations and then approval of this committee. I'll reach out to the committee members that you choose and let them know their selection. We'll get the rules and regs. We'll have them watch the video and get them oriented on what's expected of them, and then just kind of go from there. So I'm happy to answer any questions y'all may have about this.
Well, I have I guess a suggestion for an additional person. I haven't talked to her, but I think retired high school art teacher Charlize Kelly would be a good addition. Her family has been very instrumental in recording a lot of the history of Nolan County and Sweetwater.
I would move adoption of the rules for the flag design contest and the list of potential committee members, with Ms. Kelly to be the at-large. And Commissioner Lee, would you like to serve on this committee? Sure. Okay, Commissioner Lee.
Got a motion on the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Mayor, just for the benefit of everyone here, for the record, I'll read the names of the members of the committee, so everybody's on the same page. Ms. Jimmy Bender, representing the Sweetwater Chamber of Commerce. She's the president this year. Ms. Melinda McCarty, assistant superintendent, representing Sweetwater Independent School District. Ms. Ann Hobing, who's their executive director of the Wasp Museum. Larissa Place, which is the marketing director of SEED. Mr. Russ Petty, who's a local business owner. Ms. Cynthia Spradlin, who's an employee of the city of Sweetwater. Mr. Russell Jones, the Director of Public Works for the city of Sweetwater. Mr. Commissioner Jim Lee, and Ms. Charlisa Kelly, if I got that right, who's the retired art teacher with the SAS.
Yeah, Charlize.
Charlize, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Charlize.
It's Charles with an S in front of it.
There you go, sir. It's other, those.
I haven't asked her. That may be a surprise when you call her.
We've got 9 strong members here, and we look forward to working with them and with the community to get the word out. If anybody has any questions from the audience about this, just let me know. Glad to answer any of those. And commissioners, thank you. We appreciate the support on this.
Okay, city manager's report.
Yes, sir. Just got a couple of things on the elevated storage tank. We know that we've got the electricians out, I believe, today. Mr. Campbell, they're supposed to be out here today. He's got about 2 weeks worth of work, and then we've got a week after that to disinfect and fill the tank before we can put it online. So we're still on that February 1st substantial completion timeframe, and get everything up by March 1st, everything up and running. And that includes the demolition of the existing tank. Mr. Campbell, crossing our fingers on that, crossing our fingers on that. So that's what we have on the elevated storage tank update. On the city charter update, as you recall, last December 19th, we had outside counsel here leading a discussion on the charter and what that process might look like. If we're ready to go, what my proposal is to do that is to dedicate some time each commission meeting between now and the end of the year later in 2018 to devote some time to reviewing 2 or 3 articles per meeting and really just get in depth on those. Some of them are short and some of them are a little more lengthy. We have, I believe it's 19 articles total in the charter, so we can take about 3 at a time or so and get done by the late summer. If we're looking at calling a November election, we'd have to have everything wrapped up by August. If we're looking at a May 19 election, we'd have to have everything wrapped up by February of 19. So either way, we've got some time. So just kind of wanted to update y'all a little bit on that city charter. So unless there are any objections beginning next month, we could start that process and spend a little time each meeting reviewing each of the sections until we're done, if that works out for everybody. Otherwise, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have one question to Eddie. Eddie, what's involved in disinfecting the new water tank?
What we have to do is spray the walls of the tank with a disinfectant chlorine slur. And we have to bring that up to 4 milligrams per liter, and then fill the tank up halfway, let it set 24 hours, fill it up the rest of the way, and get about 2 samples from it to select it. And then we can put it online.
Do you drain the water that you put in the tank to fill it, or it'll be ready to go in the system once cleared? Okay, thanks.
Okay. Public input. Adjournment.
So moved.
Second.